It's Week 17 of the National Football League, and our focus is on George Pickens. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Steelers and the Ravens on Thursday night.
Get it started now, the kicker Chris Boswell, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium, taken from about the 12, and he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he made both sides happy last week, didn't he?
Yeah, 3-3.
I mean, his guys, they caught 3 touchdown passes, but he threw 3 interceptions. Got to get off of that schneid and get back to just throwing touchdown passes and taking care of the ball better.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. And this is certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They run again with Wilkins. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Bridgewater. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, a pick 6 on the first play of the drive. And, Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're leading, they have control. Now they just want to separate, play the game, and defend that advantage.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive.
He's got him in, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Fields. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Rodgers on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday night in December, no?
There's no doubt about that. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Given 3 on 1st down, it'll set up a 2nd and 7. The Steelers had 10 and 5 to start play, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd and 7, Bridgewater eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. And he's got his target, Harris. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play fake. Bridgewater. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fields got his man, Robbie Anderson. So the completion good for 7 there. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Fields. That one complete to Wilkins, the running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Rodgers to return it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it. That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. It's brought in by Harris. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice gain. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Bridgewater. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up. to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They run with Wilkins. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields on 3rd down. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they act panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Flushed out right. His throw incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one. So now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. On 2nd and 10, Fields. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And give him a gain of 37. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Brought down at the 20.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Tucker now to add the point after. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. And the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. George Pickens and the Steelers headed back out for another series. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really...
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Tyrod Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And how about that for just running out the clock? And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This kick to shatter the NFL record, a 69-yard attempt. And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed,
And I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct? But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. George Pickens with career touchdown number 60. And the Steelers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On second down, it's Wilkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Meanwhile, Fields throw into the hands of Andrews.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Called out a very strong gain of 24.
Fields trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Now, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Bridgewater to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Bridgewater. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Bridgewater again. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Throwing is Bridgewater.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown down right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it here with Wilkins. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. Wilkins, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. A shotgun snap. Fields rolling to his left and able to find Allen Lazard. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for Marky and Burns, incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Throwing again is Fields. Able to find Lazard. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And Lazard's got it again. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, this game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. This is Wilkins. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Here's Fields. And he's got it. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Tucker with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 20. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Play action now. Bridgewater. He's got it at the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens. 49 yards. And the Steelers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken from about the 12. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Fields on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Fields into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Fields. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on second down. Fields. That one complete to Wilkins, the running back. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Fields to throw on 31. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fourth down. Fields has to have this one. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Bridgewater here to throw. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That goes for a gain of 31.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
At the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Back to throw. Fields. Sliding out of the pocket. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They snap it to Fields. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. They still can't get it. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's fourth. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And one last throw here for Fields. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it